Welcome to English with Jenny. Here we learn simple English for real life, slow, clear, and step by step. Are you ready? Let's learn together. Today, I will tell you a new story. It's about my first day at my new job. I felt excited, but also a little nervous. Let's listen to this story together. I woke up early in the morning. The sun was just rising, and my room was filled with soft, warm light. I got out of bed and stretched. I felt a little nervous, but also excited. After a quick shower, I got dressed. I chose a clean white shirt and a pair of black pants. They looked simple but nice. I wanted to look professional on my first day. Then I went to the kitchen. I didn't have much time, so I had a quick breakfast, just some bread and a cup of hot tea. I sat by the window for a moment and took a deep breath. The tea was warm and the quiet helped me feel calm. I checked the time, grabbed my bag, and left the house. I walked to the bus stop and waited. The air was fresh and the sky was clear. When the bus came, I got on and found a seat by the window. The ride was quiet and peaceful. I looked outside, watching people and cars as they passed. I smiled to myself and thought, today is a big day for me. I arrived at the office at 8:30 a.m. The building was big and modern. I felt a little shy, but I walked in and said, "Hello, I'm Jenny. Today is my first day." A woman at the desk smiled. She said,
"Welcome, Jenny. I'm Sarah. Let me show you around."
Sarah took me to my desk. It was near the window. There was a computer, a chair, and some papers. She smiled and said,
"This is your place, Jenny."
I sat down and looked around. The office was bright and quiet. Then Sarah said,
"Let's meet the team."
We walked to a group of people sitting at their desks. Sarah said,
"Everyone, this is Jenny. She is new here."
A man stood up and said,
Hi, Jenny. I'm Ben.
A woman next to him waved.
Hi, I'm Lisa. Welcome.
Another man smiled and said,
I'm Tom. Nice to meet you.
I smiled and said, Nice to meet you too. They all looked friendly and kind. We talked for a few minutes. They asked me where I was from and if it was my first job. I said, yes, it is. I'm excited but also a little nervous. Lisa said,
Don't worry, we'll help you.
I felt happy and a little more relaxed. After that, Sarah went back to her office. Ben came over to my desk and said,
Let me show you how to use the computer.
He explained where to log in and how to check messages. Lisa helped me open my work email and showed me how to reply. She said,
If you get confused, just ask.
He came by later and gave me some tips. He said,
Always double check your work before sending it.
Everyone was kind and helpful. I listened carefully and took notes in my notebook. I asked questions when I didn't understand. They always answered with a smile. I felt better and more confident. It was a good first morning. At 12:30, it was time for lunch. Sarah said,
Let's go eat, Jenny.
We walked to the break room together. The break room was cozy. There were tables, chairs, a microwave, a fridge, and even a coffee machine. I sat at a small table with Sarah, Ben, and Lisa. I brought rice and vegetables from home. Lisa had a sandwich with cheese and tomatoes. Ben didn't bring food. He just had a big cup of coffee. We started talking while we ate. Lisa asked,
Jenny, do you like movies?
I said, yes, I love comedies. Ben smiled and said,
Me too. I watched a funny movie last night.
Then we talked about music. Lisa likes pop songs. I like soft music. Ben said he likes rock music. We all laughed when he sang a song in his silly voice. It was really fun. I felt relaxed and happy. Lunch with my new coworkers was a great moment. At 5 o'clock, the workday ended. People started packing their bags. The office became quiet. I looked at my desk. I had finished some tasks. There were still many things to learn, but I felt proud. I stood up and said, "Thank you, everyone, for your help today." Lisa smiled and said,
You did a great job, Jenny.
Ben gave me a thumbs up and said,
You'll do great here.
Tom said,
You're part of the team now.
I felt so happy. I was a little tired, but it was a good kind of tired. I had learned many things, and I made new friends too. It was a good first day at work. I couldn't wait to come back tomorrow. That's my story for today. It was my first day at a new job. At first, I was nervous, but everything turned out okay. The people were nice. They helped me. They talked with me and made me feel welcome. What about you? Have you started a new job? Or maybe a new school? Was it scary? Or was it exciting and fun? Everyone feels nervous at first. That's okay. Just take one step at a time. You will learn and grow. Thank you so much for listening to this podcast. I hope you enjoyed this story, and I hope it helps you learn English.